Plaintiff James Daly says the defendant is his sister, and growing up, their mother was a crack addict who was never around. James claims his sister also became a drug addict at an early age and even served time in jail due to her addiction. James is suing his sister today for car payments and unpaid rent. Defendant Lette Daly says as children, Lette always took care of James. However, at the age of 16, Lette started smoking crack and eventually became an addict. Lette admits that James helped her to turn her life around, but doesn't feel she owes James since she's repaid him in other ways.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
Well, let's just start giving a little background on my sister and I. We are one of 4 kids that my mother had. Her and I are the only ones left. My mother passed, I had 2 brothers murdered. And we grew up in, Oakland, the Bay Area. We all know what Oakland's like.
How were your brothers murdered? Was it,
well,
were they in the street or were they innocent bystanders?
Well, my oldest brother was murdered pretty much over a parking spot. He had gotten into a fight over a parking spot and got up after the fight was over, tried to walk away, and he was stabbed from the back. And my other brother, it was kind of a different little situation. The police called it a suicide, but my mother told me to never say it was a suicide. She knew her son didn't kill himself. And so he was
Sorry to hear that.
in the car.
Wow. Oakland is a tough town, though. Go ahead.
And so, my sister and I, we were real close. We've always been close, and it started to get a little bad because, in the early 80s, my family succumbed to the drug scene of Oakland. My mother was out there getting high, and one of my brothers and my sister all had the same issue. But she got pregnant early at 15, and my mother was
What type of drug were they on?
Crack.
All 3 of them?
Yeah. She got pregnant early at 15 years old, and then she pretty much helped raise me because my mother was gone, and I was still in high school, and she's only 1.5 years older than me. And so, we did that, and her and I made promises to each other that we wouldn't go down.
How old was she when she started smoking?
About 16. I was introduced to it by a family member after me and my brother split apart. I used for many years. It didn't get any better. I ended up going to Utah. Before I went to Utah, I do have to stress this. I did take care of my brother. I tried the best that I could at age 15. I had a baby and him. And I tried really the best I could, with a welfare check. I paid the rent, I bought food, and I would go look for my mom and try to get money out of her in different houses, crack houses or whatnot. And people would give me money just to, make me go away. And I would give it to him. I tried to, eventually he went off and did his thing, and I got farther into the drugs. And
I think what happened was, when I was 16, I graduated high school, and I got a scholarship to go to Wyoming and play basketball. And that's what I did, and she was kind of left by herself because everybody else was, doing their thing. And so I know that kind of helped her down the road on her little addiction. But, we had said we was gonna be cool, and then when I came back from Wyoming from the summertime, she was gone. It was all bad.
How did you clean yourself up?
It took a long time. I stole from my brother, which I'm not proud of, and not much. I only did one time.
One time that we know of.
Right.
One time that we know of.
One time. And my brother, the one that got killed, he was playing football for Weber State College. So he kidnapped me actually one day. He came on the street that I was on. He came back to Oakland and put me and my son in the car and drove us. Wouldn't let us out, took us to Utah. I got better for a while. Then I met up with some people.
And that's what happened. My mother, and my oldest brother my other brother all moved to Utah to try and get away.
And went and found the one crackhead in Utah.
Oh, no.
And started smoking with
Judge,
him.
There's a lot. No, there's a lot there. Believe me, in Utah, they think it's not. And the one part of Utah.
I'm just kidding. Crack is everywhere, every corner of the country.
And this was in the late 80s and early 90s, so it was real
And
prevalent.
obviously he helped you out with rent because he's suing you for that and for car payments.
Yes, okay.
I'll let him tell me what happened.
Well, what happened was they moved to Utah and my brother got murdered. So I had to I'm the youngest of the family, but I took the lead. I brought my mother back with me in California, and she lived with me. And my sister at the time was working for the state of Utah. making license plates.
Gotcha.
No, you know what?
My brother was also. And my mother was sick. She had
Oh, my
lupus.
God.
She ended up dying of lupus. But she told me, she said, can you please mend the fences with your sister so when I'm not here, you can bring her back. And this was real hard to do because I had gone to visit my family in Utah. I was in Wyoming. I had driven to Utah, and we had gotten to a real big issue. She was dating a guy that went upside her head, but she had went back with him. So it was very little I can do, my brothers could do, because she chose to go back with him. Right. So I go down there, and then he gets into a little issue with me. And that was good because I had some anger.
Right.
And so I ended up beating him up. The fact was I was beating him down real good. She ran in the house and got a knife for him. When she was fighting
For him.
For him. Wait, for him.
You exaggerate.
Me. And he threw it. Then I jumped in the car when he got the knife. He threw a brick at the windshield, broke the windshield, and he was stabbing at the tires with the knife, and I drove off. The irony of the story is, a few months later, I don't know if you can see that little scar on her chest, he stabbed her when they was on one of their little
Judge,
sessions.
he is exaggerating now.
How long ago was this?
This was about 14 years ago, I guess.
So when did you begin helping her with the car payments and the rent that
When
you're
she got out of jail and she came.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2000.
Okay.
And so she moved in with me, and my mother was still alive at that point, and they all lived with me, and we did the thing. And then when my mother passed, I had another child. I moved into a bigger house, and the house that I was in, she wanted her own place. And she was doing well at this point. She'd gotten a job and was working, doing really well. And so I allowed her to move into a smaller house, just a 2-bedroom house, and she did that. And then she was catching the bus to and from. And after a while, she had showed her wares. She paid her rent religiously. And, I didn't want to ride in the bus, so I went and got her a brand new car.
Brand new?
Brand new.
What occupation you have?
I own a bar. I owned a bar for 10 years, a sports bar in Oakland.
Okay.
And so went and I signed for it, everything from my credit union, and she had nice interest on it, like 6% interest. So she was, living nice, riding nice, and she was doing well. And
Where were you working?
I'm still doing well.
Where were you working? Pharmacy?
At this time, I was working. No, look, you know what, Judge? Yeah, I like you. Don't do that.
I'm just asking. I don't know where you were working.
First of all, he didn't tell you that the first week I was here, I went and got a job at a sandwich shop just to make my way.
I told him you got a job.
But the first day I got here, the first thing he showed me was the daycare his kids was at, so I could pick up and drop off every day, and I did that, Judge. I did stuff from him also. I've taken care of his kids.
But let me
for
allow
years.
him to tell me how much you owe and or allegedly owe and what time frame.
Okay, May, June, and July of 2008, she was working, helping at a daycare. The daycare, I don't know why it went under. And so for those 3 months, she wasn't working. So during that time, she didn't pay her car payment and she didn't pay her rent. The car payment's in my name and the house is mine.
How much were the car payments?
The car payment was $410 a month.
How much were the house notes?
$1,500 a month.
Wow.
Well,
$2,000 a month in expenses.
Yeah, and this is in Oakland. 15 is not real high. I mean, I got pictures of the house and I redid the whole thing, Judge. It was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I gave her a 2nd bathroom. I hooked the bathroom.
This is nice.
Yeah. And so now when it gets a little thin and she's supposed to pay back, she don't pay back. And I brought my witness here because she has these parties. She has parties. She will go and she had one party where she went out and bought 2 brand new barbecue pits. Had ribs and Patron and Hennessy.
You know what?
And all that stuff, Judge. And they was, her and all the little ex-knocks at the party.
Oh my goodness.
And eating big old pork. He don't even eat pork, and he was there with me.
Sir. And then we're gonna hear from you as to why you're not paying for this rent. Yes, sir. State your name.
Robert Mayo.
What do you want to tell me?
She just really had some outlandish parties, considering the fact that she wasn't kicking in and, paying, handling her financial responsibility.
You attended one or a couple?
I was invited.
Okay.
We didn't invite him. He invited him to my house, to my parties that he's sitting at, Judge.
Let's see your parties.
when he's sitting at my party eating my ribs and he say I ain't supposed to have.
I gotta get my payment out some way.
Hey, Then he brought his babies to my party, you know, and I told him no kids. Then he'd leave them and I gotta watch them.
right.
You know, I should get payment for daycare. I've watched his kids for over, look at the picture with me and the kids, dog. Show it to the judge. Cause me and the kids be together more than they be with the daddy.
Ask her where her son is now.
I'm the only one that orders Doyle to.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
dog.
and I don't order. I request, quite
Okay,
frankly.
I'm sorry, dog. Can my witness speak too?
We ain't got to talk to the witness over there.
And
You
they
want to
eat.
speak, ma'am?
Yes, may I?
State your name.
I'm Patrice Bozeman.
What do you want to tell me?
Okay, can I start with his witness that don't
Yes.
eat pork? Brother, I forgot, whatever. He do eat pork. I got pictures of him eating pork ribs.
All right.
Okay, so don't believe nothing he say, and he also carry a man bag, so we don't forget about him.
Right.
And the party that Jamie is talking about, that was my birthday party. Lizette didn't pay for everything by herself. I got 5 sisters. We all did that. And the reason Jamie bought the truck is so he can have Lizette go and pick up
That's
the
the
kids
only
from
reason,
school
huh?
and take them up.
So she delivered the truck back over to him after
No.
picking the kids up. Well, then that's not the only reason. Sit
The
down.
kid,
Go ahead, man.
oh, let me sit down.
She's ungrateful enough. I don't need her friend to be
Yeah,
ungrateful.
You don't know Jamie.
Ma'am, you admit to owing the money.
Yes,
And
but
your only defense is you dropped the kids off in the morning.
I've watched the kids for years,
You
Judge.
watched them or dropped them off? Your witness said you
I
dropped
watched
them
them,
off.
dropped them off to and from school. I got a letter from the kid's mother. Also,
Did he
in my
agree to pay you
sister-
for that?
No, but I think he should, you know, at least acknowledge that and give me some slack.
All right, we'll acknowledge it, right?
I acknowledge it. Now,
All
also
right.
acknowledge when she was working for the state of Utah, I had her son. My mother was sick 2 years. 2 years.
And
Ma'am,
drove him crazy.
ma'am,
Ask her where her son
ma'am.
at right now. Ask her where her son at right now.
No, I lived in that same house, Jamie.
He told you to be quiet. Ask her where her son at right now.
Where's your son?
He is away.
Going to school?
No. He drove him to the life of crime.
He's in the penitentiary?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they call school on the streets. Where you been? You been off
yeah.
the streets that long? Vacation?
Yeah.
School? Those are the
Well,
two
yeah.
words
Actually,
they use.
I have a 20-year-old daughter that I raised. She in college. And
That I helped
In
raise.
real school.
That I helped
Right.
raise.
They stayed her last
That I
year.
helped raise.
And her son is making license plates.
All right, well, help him out when he gets
Yeah,
out.
I
Try to
will.
be a positive example for him because you clearly have overcome your obstacles living in Oakland. And by the way, I'm glad to hear that athletics help get you out, and that helps a lot of young people. And that's why it's important that the schools maintain good athletic programs so this is a way out of the ghetto. Overwhelming majority of them will never play pro ball, but it will do for them what it did for you, get them a college education and provide for them the ability to help their family, as ungrateful as they might be.
I am not
5,000 for the
ungrateful,
plaintiff.
Judge.
Have a good day.
I appreciate it.
5,000.
You know what?
Don't listen no more.
You in trouble. You is in trouble.
Me, I would like for my sister to continue doing what she's doing because she's done a great job in recovery, but she got to pay her bills and she got to stop partying so much until her bills are paid. And you know, other than that, she's a good sister and a very good auntie.
Yeah, thanks. That's what's gonna happen. I pay my bills. I just got called back. You know, it's okay.
She don't pay them to me. She pay them everybody, but you got to pay me too.
You know, when
gotta
you
pay
my
me.
brother, you need to relax.
You
You
got to
gonna
pay
get
me,
paid.
too.
He'll be all right.